Welcome back. One of the real bright spots for Republicans in the midterms was Florida, where they dominated up and down the ballot, securing the governor's mansion, a Senate seat, and 20 House seats in Florida. In Florida's 17th congressional district, Republican incumbent Byron Donalds won a second term with more than double the votes over his opponent, Democrat challenger Cindy Banyai. So what has been the keys to success for Florida Republicans? Here to examine that is Congressman Byron Donalds himself. Congratulations, Congressman. Thanks very much for being here.
Thanks for having me on, and thank you so much. It was a big night in Florida, obviously.
So what happened? How come Florida did so well, the stars of the entire midterm?
Well, I think a couple of things. One, if you even go back to COVID-19, we had people who chose Florida. That is very, very clear. Number two, because of the way we managed our state compared to other states, voters knew up and down the ballot, didn't matter your politics or your demographics, that Republican governance was critical to the future of Florida continuing to be as successful as it's been. And number three, most importantly, we've been a Republican state for 30 years. Our citizens are accustomed to Republican governance, and we've not shied away from that. That really is the template for the rest of America, that you have to be bold about your principles and your policies. You shouldn't run away from them. You shouldn't be shy about them, and the voters will reward you because of that.
Yeah, I love it. And that's what I want to get into this morning with you, and that is leadership and your bid for the House GOP conference chairman. You know the news that Jackie Heinrich is reporting over on Fox News. She says she has two sources that you are telling members that you would support Ron DeSantis over Donald Trump in 2024 as part of your pitch to be House GOP conference chair. Do you support DeSantis over Trump?
First thing I'm going to tell you is that the reporting is false. I don't know who these sources are, but I can tell you firsthand, I've never had conversations like that with any members. Number two, it's unfortunate that one of my colleagues, will put out rumors like this. I find it to be a distraction and not what we need to do. Number three, nobody's actually running for president right now. If you were going to be factual, Donald Trump's the leader in the clubhouse. Everybody needs to understand that for the Republican nomination. But am I supporting one over the other right now? No, that is not true.
All right, well, let me get your take on leadership today because, look, Congressman, you know the knives are out for the leadership. We've been talking about Mitch McConnell. There's also whispers around Kevin McCarthy and what's going to happen in terms of him becoming the Speaker of the House. What is going on in terms of leadership? Will Kevin McCarthy get the gavel?
Right now, it's just not clear. Members have a lot of questions. Number one, obviously, the expectations were not delivered. Number two, how are we actually going to govern what's appearing to be a small majority? Like I was listening to your previous segments with Stephen Miller. We have to actually lay out a demonstrated plan, serious policies that voters actually believe in, and we can't equivocate from that, even in what's looking to be continued divided government, gridlock government. Republican members want to get answers to that, and I think that's going to be critical towards Kevin's ability to becoming the leader and eventually the speaker.
Who will challenge him?
That is not clear at this time. Nobody knows that.
Well, we know that the Freedom Caucus has been talking a bit, and we want to understand more where the strength and weakness is within the GOP. Why wasn't there more efforts around the border, around crime? You had your commitment to America, and yet it appears that, you know, some of the things like the border and Maida Flores, how did she lose?
Well, I think, let me say something. I think when it comes to messaging about border issues or crime, I think we actually did a good job with that. My issue is that we didn't come out with a clear agenda around abortion, what it means. Let me be very clear. In states like Arizona and Nevada, what some of the races happening in California and Washington, the Democrats were lying to voters. They're running around saying Republicans have a nationwide ban ready to go. But if you read the Dobbs decision, the federal government has no role in abortion anymore. It is now a state's issue. The Democrats know this. They were lying to voters. The problem is we did not have a message. We did not have a strategy on how to combat that. We essentially ignored that issue. And that, in my opinion, is what hurt us in these elections.
That's too bad. Congressman, it's good to see you this morning. We'll be following your leadership for sure. Thanks very much. Byron Donalds joining us this morning in Florida. Thank you, sir.